principle, not willing to pay for taking care of those veterans. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Joe Sestak. Congressman Sestak is the highest-ranking veteran elected to Congress. He's a former three-star Navy admiral. He's also a candidate for United States Senate in his home state of Pennsylvania. Congressman Sestak, thanks very much for joining us tonight. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day. Thanks for having me on this topic very much.
I have to ask your reaction, plain and simple, to Senator Coburn's decision to be the lone senator blocking this bill.
It's shameful. It's shameful and it's outrageous. We ask these men and women, my fellow vets, to go overseas and protect our lives, and then they come home and he doesn't want to protect them for only less than 2 weeks of a 7-year war. I was to a prison today, a penitentiary. I went to visit incarcerated veterans who had actually gotten there because of post-traumatic stress disorder that led them to substance abuse. This bill that he's blocking is actually going to block and stop the outreach programs that help veterans get treatment for it. A few months ago, I toured a nursing facility in Philadelphia for our seniors after 2 inspections failed to find the unsafe, unsanitary conditions there, and one finally found maggots, live maggots, falling out of a festering wound in one of our vets sitting there. And this bill that he's stopping is to enhance quality inspections. Why I'm outraged? I'll never forget going to Bethesda and visiting about 6 vets one day, Marines, and 1 soldier. This soldier was a police chief, Hispanic police chief from Vermont, a small village, small town. Traumatic brain injury. His mom left her job to take care of him. The town, what a wonderful town, has never up to that date even filled his job because they wanted to honor him. And the mother, a caretaker, leaving her job, and this bill would have given her a stipend and health coverage so she could do what up until then we didn't have enough in the VA to do until the $10 billion in the last 2 years we got passed. How could this senator do this to our vets?
As a veteran and a legislator now, do you think there is a disconnect between the politics in Washington of voting to go to war and the politics in Washington of voting to take care of the people who come home from war? Do you see that those things are treated separately?
Without a question. Too often I've heard the term, take care of our troops. And there often seem to be just, let's put more into the defense budget for more weaponeering. Look, our troops are who they are because we invest in them, in their health care, in their education. We actually give them an economic opportunity. And when they come home, if we don't understand, as George Washington himself said, that our greatest recruiting tool for the future are going to be our veterans, we owe them the most sacred of obligations from cradle to grave. They're the few men and women who actually raised their hand and said, here am I, send me. And you said something, I think, early that's very important. And this Fort Hood tragedy brought it out. Less than 1/3 of 1% of all Americans' families are actually engaged in this war overseas. Of those 1.7 trillion who have served, that represents about 1/3 of 1% of American families. The strain and stress upon them, upon this mom who came back, this is politics at its worst. It's what most irks me about Washington, D.C. Somehow they think strength is purely military force, not understanding it's our people. And they have forgotten that, particularly in this case.
Congressman Joe Sestak of Pennsylvania, candidate for U.S. Senate, thank you again for your time tonight, sir. Happy Veterans Day to you.
Happy Veterans Day. Thank you.